YouTube?
Yep.
Can we get a link on
Meeting
Facebook?
is not streaming live on YouTube.
We're live, pal.
Yeah, we're
already
live, buddy.
We're live.
Oh shit.
All right, Cliff, whenever you give me the countdown, we can get this show on the road. Thank you for everyone who's on YouTube right now.
Y'all can kiss my ass.
You can kiss Damien's ass, but I hope you don't do that. Coronavirus is still real.
What does that got to do with my ass?
And that booty can't be clean. I'm playing.
What are you talking about? Hey, I shower regularly.
I'm just playing.
Look, I'm married. I don't have a choice but to shower regularly.
Oh God.
I'm glad your wife makes you.
Wait, what?
Just saying. I mean, if I didn't, I wouldn't. Yeah, you know where I'm going with this.
I do know where you're
What he
going.
says, what he's meaning is if he's not showering, he's not fucking.
Exactly. See?
What he said.
Banned off of YouTube
What he said. What he really means is his wife makes him shower so he can get his booty hole licked.
Anthony, that's only you.
That wouldn't shock me.
Sorry, Aaron.
I could believe that.
That wouldn't shock me though.
Nah.
Yeah. Stranger things have happened.
Exactly.
Yeah, I try.
Exactly.
Nasty ass people, man.
Yeah, when we get off air, Damien, you should tell them about the story about the peanut butter and the cucumber. They'll like that one.
I like that story too.
I don't think they're ready for that one.
No, I am not. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go in 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, parents, teachers, students, staff, friends. We are the 3 Count Podcast. My name is Chaz Evans, and you are listening to another special edition of the 3 Count Podcast. Let's go down the roster. Introducing first, he is my tag team partner here at the 3 Count Podcast. He is the man in charge. He's the man that runs the show because I don't do shit. I don't run shit. I just talk shit. He is the landlord of the Dog Pound, and he was supposed to go one-on-one with Darius Carter, but Darius Carter said, fuck that white boy. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the Red Dog, Cliff Miller.
Whoa. We got to get it
Is that
right.
a real story? Hold up. Is that a real story?
That may have been, but don't worry about that part. Whoa. Let's get it right first, okay? Get my name right, okay? I am the Air Force veteran, intel specialist, the Red Dog. Catchphrase. I know someone's gonna get mad at me for gimmick infringement, but maybe they're prolific. I don't know.
I was definitely about to say I'm calling prolific.
Love you guys.
Gimmick infringement. Prolific. Anyway, introducing next, he is the swole one. He is the 78-time Intercontinental World Heavyweight Universal 24/7, 7-Eleven, I-95 South Bare Knuckle Wrestling. Slap the mama because the chicken tastes like crack. Coronavirus surviving. Racist killing. You know what he is. His royal swollenness, Chris Idol.
Always happy to be here. Shout out to Key Lime Pie.
Oh, that shit is bomb.
And introducing next, from the depths of the underworld, he is Hades' best friend, and he's the brother-in-law of Satan. From the depths of hell, he is the Dark Lord himself, the supervillain, Damien Fatale.
I fucking hate you all. Yeah.
And introducing last but certainly the least, he is the current AEW Children's World Heavyweight Champion, Lou the Franchise.
Let's just get this over right now. Fuck you, Chaz. Big bag.
Love you
Whoa.
too, Anthony.
Right off the jump, man. Like no
Wow.
lube in it.
Where's your E and J at? Where's your E and J?
My E and J. I don't listen. I'm gonna keep it $1.50 with you, okay? I'm the one rare form of black person
Then you
that
ain't
does
black.
not like watermelon and does not like E and J.
Then you ain't black.
Maybe I'm not, because you know
Cliff
what?
is more black than you.
This is inappropriate.
I
What
don't
kind
like
of racism are we
ENJ.
throwing around here today?
It's
I
not
don't
even
like
5 minutes
ENJ.
into the show, and like we're all on edge. I don't even know what to say. I just want to put it out there before we even got on the air here. Anthony just came out the gate throwing racial slurs at me, and quite
What?
frankly, as a Black American, I feel uncomfortable. I feel
Stop your goddamn
I would
lying.
feel uncomfortable too if I were you.
Lying ass nigga.
This motherfucker over here is lying out of his goddamn ass. I get on, the first thing he says is, Anthony, you look real Mexican close up or real Hispanic close up.
You did say
Well,
that.
did you not see your Mexafro going on,
I
bro?
was thank you,
100%.
Cliff.
Yo,
Thank
you
you,
look,
Cliff. Like, listen, before we
you look
even
like
get
Trump's
started,
wall. Like, that's how high your hair is right now.
oh man. I just gotta put it out there before we even get started on everything. We get right down to business. So, when Anthony joined the Zoom call, I guess he hit whatever the device he was using at first. It was real close up. It was your phone. Okay, that makes perfect sense. So he was using his phone and he logged into the meeting, and all you see was this this Hispanic face, hair all like froed up, and I said, who the hell is this Hispanic coming in, jumping over the border?
So first off, so what you're saying is because the light was off, I had a little, there's a little glare from the window. I have a little hair up. You could say, Anthony, you look kind of Mexican today. That's like you coming into my house, the lights are off and say, Chess, you look kind of black today.
Well, I'm always looking black 24/7.
I'm still trying to figure out this hair
365.
thing, man.
I just got married a month and a half ago. I told Aaron that I would not cut my hair for a year after we got married, and I'm sticking to my fucking guns. Fuck you, Aaron.
Well, I bet you will probably will. I bet you probably will do that tonight. So,
Probably not.
oh God. All righty, I'm gonna take the reins of the show. I'm taking the reins of the show, pulling it back. So
Yeah, please
let's get
hurry
through
up
these
so I
announcements.
can get laid before I go to work. Please.
I gotta
Hey.
get through these announcements. Yo, man. So, if you have not listened to any of the previous episodes of Now Enter the Ring, specifically TJP, you need to stop right now. Go back into your episode list, or if you are even watching us live right now on YouTube, you need to pause this video. You need to go into our uploads list. Go watch the Now Entering the Ring featuring Impact's very own TJP. Awesome interview. Go check that out. Then come back and listen to this, what's about to be a wild ass 3 Count Podcast debate show.
Oh my God.
Also, if you want to support the 3 Count Podcast, monetarily, that is, because you're already supporting us by being a faithful subscriber and a loyal listener, go check us out on ProWrestlingTees.com/the 3 Count Pod and get yourself a 3 Count Podcast t-shirt. We got all types of shirts there. As you can see, Cliff and Anthony are rocking the 3 Count Podcast t-shirt. Chris Idol is rocking a, yeah, we won't talk about that. But you can get yourself a Clifford Miller Red Dog catchphrase t-shirt. You can get yourself a 3 Count logo t-shirt, which has the logo right there on the chest. Or you can also get the OG crew shirt featuring yours truly, the Red Dog, the Swole One, and the Napster, who should be on later today. He should be making a run-in. Dining hall closes at 6, so he had to go get his food. You know, college boy, freshman 15. But go definitely get yourself a 3 Count Podcast t-shirt. Let's get down to business. Let's get started with our Wednesday Night War rundown.
Don't ever do that
Okay,
again.
so Cliff, I just also, can we get the, like, you know, when they do, after we do the little, you know, the for the podcast version, we got to get on the background when they do the questions at Millionaire, the
Yeah, I got
ominous
you.
music. We got to put it on the background when
I'm trying not to get our episodes pulled. That's how we do that.
Right. Chaz
We're
is like,
so-
hey, Cliff, I got an idea. Let's use this copyrighted music.
I
Is
know,
that
so we-
copyrighted though? Is it really?
It
What?
is.
Hey,
Well,
can I
'cause
say something?
Okay.
You can't
What?
even lie and say, "Oh, I didn't know," because it's fucking recorded live on YouTube. You piece of shit. You're right.
that's how the
I'm
show
pulling
goes
your
today.
black card. I'm pulling your black card. You
All right,
you
touche.
doing dumbass shit. Fucking public.
Uh,
Damn it.
touche. Let me get my mic fixed. I broke it some more, guys. All right, here we go with the Wednesday Night War rundown. So, AEW Dynamite went head to head with
Boo.
NXT as they always do every Wednesday night, unless it's the NBA playoffs or it's the NHL or if it's what you call it, baseball
A dog
season. You know,
show.
coronavirus is everything, changing up sports. But they went head to head again, as always. This week on NXT, we had Halloween Havoc.
Jazz froze.
And you're in
Oh.
it, Chaz.
Oh, he froze.
Jazz
Wow, he's actually quiet.
froze. it's
Oh.
odd. It's odd
Cody's
how
ass by
quiet it
using
is.
Yes,
another
don't-
WCW old pay-per-view.
So Chaz, how's it feel to be known that you just went into the Time Force?
I did. So here's the
Yeah.
thing. Funny thing is this: you guys froze, and I wasn't sure if I had. I wasn't sure. I was like,
Yeah.
oh god. I was like, I'm in my mind. I'm like, I'm just gonna keep going.
Yeah.
All right,
you
so I'm gonna
totally
start
froze.
over, and
Yeah,
we're gonna
you
try this
did.
again. So, what was the last thing you heard me say? Because I made an awesome joke about a dick up Cody's ass.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
we
that
missed
definitely
that.
missed.
Yeah,
Wow, we
that.
missed that.
Oh,
You
damn.
have to run that one back.
Okay,
to
let
run
me.
that back.
Okay, rewind. So, NXT had Halloween Havoc, and NXT shoving the dick up Cody ass again by using another Dusty Rose inspired pay per view. Halloween Havoc was going up against a regular episode of Dynamite. So, AEW Wednesday Night Dynamite had 781,000 viewers, which is up from last week's 753,000 viewers. The 18 to 49 demographic was a 0.32, which was 12, which is up from the 0.30, which was 13 last week. Now, NXT, which was their Halloween Havoc episode, brought in 876,000 viewers, which is extremely way up from last week's 644,000 viewers. The 1849 demographic was a 0.25, which was 21st, which is way up from last week's 0.16, which they were at number 56 last week. So Halloween Havoc paid off pretty well for NXT this week. Went up like 200,000 viewers, and they actually charted this week. So which haven't happened in a couple weeks. So with that being said, as we always do here, which show did you think was better? We'll go down from Cliff, Idol, Damian, Lou. I'll come in at the end.
Yeah, I'm gonna say AEW actually this week.
What? Really?
Yeah. I'll tell you why, man. It's just that with the Halloween Havoc, like to me, it felt like it was just overproduced. Like it just went way too far in like the Halloween direction that I actually started enjoying more of the AEW stuff because it just felt like it was still a wrestling show versus like, hey, here's this big oversight production that we're trying to do. And yeah, I get it. It was like Halloween Havoc and it was meant to be that way, but yeah, so I went with AEW on that one.
All right. Idol?
Cliff, you would have hated Halloween Havoc 1998 then.
Yeah,
Right.
I did. Even as a kid,
All
I
right.
did.
I was gonna say, yeah, because that shit, the giant gargoyle, yeah, you'd have
Right.
hated that. Yeah, okay, but yeah, I only watched one of those programs, Halloween Havoc, NXT.
Fatal?
Fuck Planned Parenthood.
Awesome. Anthony?
AEW.
AEW. All right. So I gotta go with AEW as well this week. I'm on the same line as Cliff. It was extremely overproduced for me with the Halloween thing. I enjoyed the pumpkin until Johnny Gargano ruined it 5 minutes later. I was like, oh, cool, we get the big pumpkin, and then he sliced it, and I said, all right, well, I'm not gonna like this anymore. And then Johnny Gargano won, which even made it worse because y'all know I hate the Garganos with a passion. So
Oh, God, get over
Is it because they have a new TV?
I think that's what it is because he didn't get a new TV. He's jealous.
No, I just hate everything about. Okay, I'll do this. I hate Candice LeRae with a passion. I hate her. I'd hate Johnny because he's an awesome, really good heel, and his heel work has really made me not like him. Like I get annoyed when he's on my screen. I credit Johnny to his awesome heel work. I credit Candice. I just don't like her.
Stop hating on Candice.
No, fuck no. She was a cookie cutter fucking wrestler, and then she got this weird ass. She dyed her hair fucking purple and shit, and now she's a fucking weirdo. I would not want to be married to her if I was Johnny Gargano.
Leave Candice.
I will say this,
alone.
as I said, NXT or AEW was a better show. NXT had some fire matches though.
Oh, no doubt.
I don't want to take
Hands
anything away
down.
from. I don't want to take anything away from NXT. Like, I definitely loved all the matches on NXT. I just felt like as a show, like overall, I just liked AEW better. That was just.
I could see that. I mean, I could see that because I didn't watch AEW.
So,
Yeah.
alrighty, and we're gonna move on down to our debate portion of the show. So here we go. First debate topic. This was making news fairly much between the last 24 hours. Carl Anderson, one half of the Good Brothers with Luke Gallows, his wife, his hot Asian wife, I should say, went off last night on Instagram. I find that totally amazing that this is how we get news, ladies and gentlemen, about juicy things is through social media.
Oh yeah, because people put their fucking life stories out for the public world to see.
Yeah, it's 2020. That's the thing. Social media is the thing now. That's the newspaper. That's how you get information. It's
Fucking
2020.
idiots.
So yeah. So Carl Anderson's hot Asian wife accused. Now I'm gonna say accused. No, we'll use the word accused. Accused Carl Anderson of cheating. She put out a couple of different Instagram stories alleging that Carl Anderson was cheating. There was a video, or not say a video, but a post with Carl Anderson sleeping, and she had wrote asshole, cheater, all over his face. She also had made some posts as far as cheating doesn't start with sex, it starts with sneaky conversations. And apparently Carl Anderson hadn't been seen in 4 days. He won't see his kids. And that's where this is at. Carl Anderson did respond, I think late last night, early this morning, stating that if anyone talks about as far as this scandal, I don't want to call it scandal, but this situation, he's cutting them off as pertaining to any of his other workers out there. So we're going to debate this. We're going to talk about Carl Anderson, ladies and gentlemen. Just your thoughts on this, and we'll see where this takes us. But I'm going to start with Idol first, because Idol is sitting there looking like he's got some shit to say. Then we'll go to Anthony, then Cliff, then Damien, and I'll come in at the end.
All right, so Mr. Carl Anderson. Sounds like he got himself in an entanglement, is what I hear. So you mean to tell me that a mega successful, popular wrestler cheated on his wife? Oh my goodness, I never would have saw it coming. Completely floored. Completely floored.
How dare him?
What? I'm surprised too. I get a shot.
This is, you know what? I never thought. This is the absolute first I'm ever hearing of this in the wrestling industry. I never would have thought. Who knew wrestlers could be hoes?
So
I never thought. I never in a million years would have ever thought. Never. I never would have saw it coming. Those are my thoughts.
How are you, Anthony?
It is what it is, really. I mean, none of my business. But let's talk about this picture that she posted. How come Carl Anderson looks like the Undertaker laid him to rest?
Well, last time he did anything important, Undertaker did put him to rest.
Wait.
No, don't be like that. No,
It's
you stop it right now.
I didn't say the last time he did anything good. I said the last time he did anything important.
Look,
It's different.
It's true. It's
no,
true.
it's not. I'm not. I don't believe. No, I don't believe. I turn my nose.
No, his stuff in Impact has been important.
To
It
Impact.
definitely looks like the Undertaker laid him to rest.
It's been important.
That was
It
symbolism.
is what it is. I mean,
That was his marriage being put to rest.
it is what it is.
Symbolism.
Like Justin said, I'm shocked that this is the first time that it came out. I mean, it happens all the time. I mean, it sucks to say that, but that's part of what the industry is, really.
Yeah.
I feel like
It is.
we like giving like a pass to people like, oh, well, it happens again. Do.
If
No,
you're on the rise,
Wrong,
don't
man.
let-
Like, yo,
yeah.
his wife straight up was like, yo, when you start deleting messages and hiding text messages from your wife, your significant other, you are straight cheating at it. And it's like, and God knows what else that he was doing. Like, we can't just write this off like, oh, well, sexual allegation, whatever, just the wrestling industry. It's disgusting, man. It doesn't matter, male, female to male. It's just fucking wrong altogether. Like, just call it what it is. Like, don't try to joke. Like, we joke about it, like, what? Oh, ha ha ha.
No.
What happened?
Did you
Like,
say male to female,
I
female,
agree,
male?
Cliff. Wrestlers are hoes, and it's terrible.
They
Also,
Yeah,
on a-
you all are hoes. You all
I am
are
not a hoe.
hoes.
I am not a hoe.
is a great book. On an unrelated note, that has nothing to do with wrestlers being hoes. I highly recommend Ric Flair's biography.
I'm just saying that.
I am not a hoe.
You all are hoes. Y'all
Damien,
have
Damien,
to be
you gotta
hoes.
stop, Damien. You've been around for 1,000 years. We know damn well you was fucking more than one woman in your life. Like, stop playing.
Yep, just one. Only one. Whole entire time. Yep.
Damien, you grew up in Southwest Baltimore in the 90s.
What does that go? What does that mean?
Oh, shit.
What are you trying to
Oh
say
my
about
fucking
Southwest
God.
Baltimore in the 90s?
And Anthony, do not be going out there talking about wrestling, like wrestlers are fucking like hoes, okay? You, sir, rat, are definitely in that world as well. I'm telling you right now, if any female came up to you was like, hey yo, I'm a pro wrestler, I'll throw it down on you, you would just be like, bet.
I'm not going to do that now.
Man, 3 years ago that Anthony would have. She could have
Maybe.
said
Oh,
she could have said she was a pro
Anthony.
wrestler and you would have just thrown it at her like, take,
Let's go.
I'll submit.
oh, wow. It was that easy, Anthony?
That
Wow.
quick, man. Be like, can you cut a promo? What's your wrestler name? That girl could have been like, tap out. And he'd be like, yes, ma'am. Like,
Wow.
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 Oh,
get out of here with
Anthony.
that nonsense.
Anthony, wow. Jeez.
I'm gonna keep
In the
They
my
back.
at least have to take me to dinner first. Shit.
Sometimes I let them take me to dinner. Sometimes not. Fuck me.
What
Yeah,
wrestling promotion are you with? SMBLW. Oh, that sounds great.
I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut as far as that's concerned.
All right, who's next?
It's on you, Damien.
Oh.
That's the only thing that was on him.
So I didn't know this was going on. I don't know if it's because I've smoked a lot of pot in the past like week and a half. Like, I mean, I've been really stoned.
no,
I
this
don't-
is pretty recent news. Like,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
like the last couple days.
See, I don't care
This
enough.
is the last
Carl
couple
Anderson.
hours. This is not the last couple days. This shit went off last
Alright, well-
night. I was watching this shit live on Instagram.
Yeah, I don't care enough about him to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, look, nigga should have been deleting his messages a lot better. Just saying.
Mm.
Look, when you're at home, his phone should have been completely locked up, and he should have not been answering any phone calls. He dropped
And that
the ball.
motherfucker should have like a blood test to get into it.
All right.
This nigga dropped the ball. So, with that
That's
being said, man, you get caught, you get caught.
Makes sense. See, Paul Heyman was right about him.
Oh shit.
Right? Right?
See, he
Right?
saved WWE from another scandal.
Yeah, he
God
did.
damn.
Yeah, he did.
Shout out to Paul Heyman. Paul knew.
There you go.
Paul knew.
Oh,
Except Paul Heyman, a real MVP.
Jesus, man.
Anyway, so
I'm just
Hell in a
saying,
handbasket.
you know. I don't know. It's wrong, yeah, but yeah, like people are gonna forget about this tomorrow.
Facts.
all right, here's my take. I agree with what Damien said as far as people will forget about this tomorrow, but this goes back to the point of, earlier this year we had the whole speaking out movement. This is another situation where we got to be like, let's keep that same energy as we did with everybody else.
But see, this is the thing is, all he did was cheat on his wife. It ain't like he beat on her and made
That's
her
so
wife
okay,
do
but
or
that's
some
somebody.
other shit.
That's still not. That doesn't make it right though. Like that's
I'm
no
just saying,
better than if anybody
she
else was
probably-
sexual assault. That doesn't make it
Probably
better though.
She's probably sleeping with the UPS guy while he's gone.
UPS guy?
Look,
The speaking out movement is
Yeah.
like dirt. The speaking out movement is like dirt level low, like worse than that.
look, she just
So
caught
is cheating not
cheating-
dirt level low though? Is cheating on your wife,
it
the
is,
mother?
but
Wait,
it's
no, no, no,
not-
no, hold on.
Wait, here-
It's-
Wait,
wait,
here's what I have to say about this, okay? Like, all right, yes, it's wrong, but I don't think Carl Anderson should be kicked out of wrestling because he cheated on his wife.
Anyway,
Everyone that
there
was
you go.
involved in speaking
It's
out
not that low.
movement, they need to get out the industry.
I mean, and I will. Okay, so I
mean,
will.
Carl should be looked at with disgust every time he enters a locker room from now on. But
Yeah, I will agree. I'll agree. The punishment wise, like, I don't think he should, like, that's between like him and his wife, right? Like the whole thing is between him and his wife. I know they put out social media, but the punishment wise is between him and his wife. For God's sakes, Impact's champion and Knockouts champion were in a fight in a street with one of them getting put in a headlock a few years ago. They're
Yeah,
champions
yeah.
now, both of them. Like,
that's true.
Yeah.
should one of
Which
them
is
get
so-
removed?
So
I
you're
don't
saying
know.
Carl Anderson's
My
about to get a
God.
title?
That's true. Yeah,
I'm just-
that was the
My
dad.
thing is
That was
this:
the dude
though. We just have to keep that same energy. If we are going to, go all out, and no pun intended, as far as the speaking out movement with, the sexual assault and everything that went down with the speaking out movement, we need to keep that same energy because we got to put into consideration there's 4 kids involved in this as well. All right, it's not like they're just husband and wife. There's no, cool beans. There's 4 kids involved, man. And if you're not being home for 4 days and their kids, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I got, maybe it's because I have a kid now and I think about that type of stuff now, but I don't know. It's just for me personally, if you're going to go out and cheat, all right, that's one thing. But you got kids involved in this and you're not going to come home for 4 days.
I know, man. I
Here's the thing.
have to be honest. I agree with you, man. I was like, sometimes, you just got to kick it into full gear. No pun intended, but you got to leave an impact on their lives. No pun intended
Really?
either.
Really.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's none of our business what they do.
I know, it's dynamite. I mean, what?
That's
Shut
true.
the fuck up, Cliff.
That was forced in there.
That's horrible.
I mean,
Well,
is it now Hell in a Cell in their house?
A
Well,
whip
I guess the
case?
good brother was a bad brother after all.
All righty. I want to move on. This topic is over,
brother.
We're moving
Team
on.
Carl.
I can't wait to see like how much flack we catch for this episode.
We're moving on.
Team
So
Carl.
So you're forcing us to move on? That's great.
just
That is.
Oh my god. No.
hey, Anthony, look. I want you to look at my screen, right? What does it say that my name is?
My show.
Alrighty then. So with
That's a very
that being
fun-ass
said,
way
it's
to
my
look at it.
show.
All right, so
I've decided
we're
that gonna
moving
move
on.
Hey, Cliff, mute him.
Damn.
Mute him. We're gonna move on. So,
Damn.
all right, moving on to the next topic.
Fuck you, Anthony. Speak out.
Hey, Cliff, mute Chris Idol as well. I'm gonna start having listen. Come season 2,
Chaz
if
makes
I'm
me.
speaking, everyone's muted at this point.
Why are you trying to mute? Why are you trying to mute everybody? Why are you trying to silence?
There we go. Mute Damien as
Over here.
well. Anyway,
Making me do things that I don't want to do, like moving.
don't unmute yourself. I feel like I'm at work with the kids. I gotta tell them to mute their mics on Zoom doing karate.
There's an indie wrestler in the UK scene. He's trying to shut us up.
Could get you guys all blacklisted from other podcasts.
You'll
Oh,
never be able to
God.
be on shit else.
Let's move on.
Can we move on now? Are we done?
Debate.
Yeah,
Are we
let's go.
done?
We got if I have the pencil still, so let's go.
All right,
Exactly.
let's do
Oh,
this.
geez, I don't even have that up and ready. So
No, we have to do the Aaliyah one.
Because I ain't watching that shit.
anyway, so the next debate topic we got here. This is really controversial, and the reason I put this on as far as a topic because we talked about this. Me, Damien, Idol. I think Cliff, you were in. I don't know if you were a part of it as well when we had the conversation, but it's a group chat we have, and we were talking about the whole Aaliyah and the Leah Mysterio and Buddy Murphy storyline.
Wait,
And-
break kayfabe.
How? Oh yeah, definitely breaking kayfabe like shit. How this storyline is it's weird. It is inappropriate. Aaliyah Mysterio, she's 19 years old, right? Buddy Murphy's 35, 36, something along that lines. And the age gap, 32, that still doesn't make it better.
No.
But the age gap is what makes this storyline a little bit uncomfortable for some to watch. And so the debate topic is this storyline inappropriate due to the age gap of Aaliyah Mysterio and Buddy Murphy? Like I said, she's 19, Buddy's 32. We've all known about the Speak Out movement early this year, as we mentioned earlier. So I want your takes on this this topic. So I'm gonna start with Cliff, then go to Idol, then we'll go to Damien, then we'll go to Lou, and then me at the end.
All right. So here's how I stood on that at first, right? When I first was thinking about this, I was like, it's Buddy Murphy and it's Aaliyah Mysterio. The gay age difference, it is a big deal. And I was like, man, this is like crazy. It's disgusting. Like, I'm not with it, right? But then I got to thinking, I was like, well, she has to have, she could sign off on it at any time, right? Ultimately, she's working with her dad. Her dad has to sign off on this as well, right? I mean, he doesn't have to because she's 19. She's an adult. She could do it. But then I got to thinking about it in this aspect, right? Back in 2004, there's a movie called Birth. I don't know if you guys know or you guys even heard about it. Birth, Rebirth. It's not Rebirth. But it was this movie about Nicole Kidman. Her husband had died in a movie, and this kid found all these letters and like memorized them and knew like things that he was talking about. He was 11, by the way, when the movie came out. And she kissed him. Like, she kissed him on the show, in the movie, right? So I got to think about it. I was like, well, he's an actor. She was an actress. Essentially, that's what we're seeing with Aaliyah, that she's an actress and Buddy Murphy's an actor, right? Like, poor, but nonetheless, they're acting, right? So you have to take your mind frame out of it and put yourself into a professional mind frame. Like, yo, this is a TV show that's being filmed weekly right? If this was the Young and Restless, we wouldn't be talking about this. This wouldn't be a discussion. It's only because there's this discussion because of what has happened previously, right? With the speaking out movement. That's where we become like a bigger issue with it. But it's not like Buddy Murphy was training her and then said, hey, by the way, now I'm going to take you and you owe me this now because you're of age, right? It's not the case. It's just two people who are acting. Now, I don't know if they're dating in real life or not. I don't kind of do whatever she wants. Like, and people can get pissy about it, but ultimately, if Ray is not doing anything about it, why should it be of anybody else's business?
Yeah, I'm riding that same wavelength, Cliff. I look at it like they're actors and they're telling the story. Like, you know, we see like on TV shows, dudes slap the shit out of women and all kinds of other crazy stuff. Or even just in the world of wrestling, like, okay, it might be uncomfortable because of that age gap, but it's not, I wouldn't even say it's inappropriate. Like when I first got into wrestling, that was the era where Triple H drugged Stephanie and forced her to marry him. We saw Stone Cold get sacrificed on a cross. Edge and Lita have live sex. Triple H simulate necrophilia in a funeral home. Kurt Angle tried to rape Sharmell on SmackDown.
Forced himself on Stephanie.
Yeah, forced himself on Stephanie. So I'm like,
a lot of wrestlers did that.
In the realm of
wow.
So like,
Even
in the realm of wild WWE stories, this ain't that bad. Like, and it's a show, and I'm like, well, Ray clearly doesn't have a problem with it because the story wouldn't be happening if he did. He wouldn't be a part of it. I mean, like, if anything, if we were going to try to make this a predatory story, Aaliyah is definitely the predator. She came on to
yes,
Buddy.
she is. Yeah,
in this story.
She's definitely the predator.
Anything Aaliyah was doing the predatory behavior, she wouldn't leave Buddy the fuck alone.
Trying to tell you she drugged him.
That she probably did. She probably did.
But
So,
also,
like, I don't.
The other part too is like for me, like as a dad, like if my daughter was in a storyline right now, I'd have a huge fucking problem with it. But if she's 19, I can't do anything about that. Ultimately, that's about her. You can, hey, listen, Chaz, you can be all pissy all you want, man. You can. But here's the crazy part. If it was Aaliyah was 32 and Buddy Murphy was 19, we wouldn't even be talking about it.
That's true.
That still doesn't make it right.
That doesn't matter.
But would we talk about it though?
That's the point.
See, but then we get into tricky. See, hold on, but we get into tricky situations right there where you're like, well, that's wrong because of the age gap. Then it's like, well, then that should apply to like anything. If Aaliyah was 29 and Buddy was 42, then we should still have the discussion. Because if the age gap is, because my thing is, I'm like, she's an adult. She's an adult. She could vote. She could live on her own. If she wanted to say fuck Rey Mysterio and Angie, and she wanted to like move across the country and live her own life, she can do that. They can't stop her. They can bitch and cry, but they can't stop her because she's legally an adult. So like in real life, if she wanted to date like a 65-year-old man, she could do that.
That's the other part too. We don't like to be honest. If it's consenting adults to a story, like I don't have, because the problem is what we've come across is that the speaking out movement. Let's talk about, like, we'll bring it back, right? The speaking out movement was about wrestlers grooming their people to what they said. Aaliyah was never that person. She agreed to the storyline. Nobody, and by all means, like if it comes out that Rey Mysterio was like, hey, I need you to do this for me because of this, then that's a different story, right? But as of right now, what we know is that two adults consented on a storyline and said, yes, we'll run this storyline, even as awkward it is, it look like they're like interested in each other is. But Ray is also there, and Ray is behind the story. So,
and then the thing is, the
Mom's behind the story too.
And then the whole premise of the story is that Ray doesn't want her dating him. Like, that's part of the story.
It's like a weird Romeo Juliet story that's getting played out anyway.
Yeah,
I hate that play.
I don't know.
You can hate that play all you want, but guess what?
All I'm saying. Like,
80 throughout.
I guess all I'm saying is you cannot like it, but like, you can't do anything about it. And all the parties that need to be okay with it are okay with it.
Yeah.
So what are we mad at? Like, what are we mad at? Like, she signed off on it. Buddy signed off on it. Both of her parents signed off on it, and her brother's a part of it too. So like, so what are we really discussing? If all the people that need to sign off have signed off, then I don't know. Who are we to tell them they can't do it?
The most uncomfortable part of that story is the awkward hugs that Aaliyah gives Buddy. That's the most uncomfortable part about this whole thing.
Which you can tell that they're not actually interested in each other.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, exactly. Like, you can tell that they're just coworkers that are doing a story. There's no real romance.
Now, I can understand.
Go ahead,
So
Damien.
that's all, yeah.
So I can understand if this was like behind the scenes, they're like, they're fucking, but this is just a fucking story. Like, shit like this happens in movies and TV shows all the time. Like, all the time. Aside from real life. God, it happens in real life all the time. But regardless of that, the point being is it's good that it's uncomfortable. It's good TV. So even as a father, it's uncomfortable, but as like Cliff said, if my daughter's 19, what am I gonna say is don't do that. Do it if they want to. So at the end of the day, it just is what it is. I'm enjoying it. So yay.
Anthony?
I'm gonna mute myself before I say something that pisses you guys all off.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm just kidding. This is what I say. WWE writing is fucking garbage. Vince McMahon approved of this. He's as sick as the fucking storyline.
The dude tried to incest with his daughter. You can't get any worse than that.
He
on.
He is still a sick motherfucker.
Move on.
Listen, I don't care if it's a story or not. I don't give a fuck if it's a story or not. If my daughter is some dude that's 32 years old is trying to fucking mac on my fucking 19-year-old daughter, I'm probably gonna punch him in the fucking face.
Thank
And that's
you.
great, Anthony.
Oh, do it, Chris. She's too young for you.
I'm just saying that's great, and no, you should have that reaction. But if your daughter said, "Dad, I'm an adult. I'm gonna date him anyway,"
No, I'm gonna slap the fuck out of her too.
And then guess what you're gonna do? Guess what ends up happening? Now you out here putting child abuse out there. Like,
Right?
He's 19. It's not child abuse anymore.
okay, and then it's an assault. Congratulations.
Right. You just up the ante.
But when I tell the cop that,
When you get deported back over, you don't have to worry about that.
I have a social security card. It's mine.
Like the thing is though, ultimately at some point, like the parent is writing off on the story. Like
It's still.
Yeah.
we can hey look,
The parent-
as a dad,
the-
does it make me feel a little bit
Shut
uncomfortable?
up, Cliff. It's my turn.
Shut up. You know what? Wait, watch this. So you know what the problem is
Oh.
I'm back.
here's like the ultimate thing, right? Is that as a dad, does it make me uncomfortable? A little, because when I look at him, like, yeah, that could be my daughter, kissing Buddy Murphy. But ultimately, it comes down to this: she made a decision as an adult to do that. So what am I supposed to do?
Okay.
That's a liberal way of thinking.
And it's not like she's doing. By the way,
That's a liberal way of thinking.
By the way,
Wow.
put this out there. to use somebody else's joke, my only job in life is to make sure that my daughter does not jump on vertical poles. Now, I get it. Like, those are life decisions. But, and I don't have any problems with people who get on vertical poles, by the way. That's not my point. The point being is just a joke. By the way, but my daughter will make those decisions, and I have to support her in those decisions that she chooses.
Yeah.
And as I'm looking at the same, it's not like my daughter is going out there and doing this kind of stuff. But Aaliyah's not going out there doing softcore or hardcore videos. It's just a story in a TV show that's done weekly. I don't know why this is a big deal.
I don't know.
Either.
Yeah, like if this was the plot of some movie and that was, shown in the theater, we wouldn't be talking about it. We'd just be like, oh, damn, okay.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like we're only having this discussion because it's wrestling. Like Cliff
Yeah.
said, if this was the Young and the Restless, we would just be like, oh, okay. That's just a story they're doing on Young and the Restless.
I consider myself borderline outside the zone, being married to my wife who's 8 years younger than me. Like,
you're in the same boat. That's the thing.
I'm fucking really
It's
not.
not about that.
8
Yeah.
fucking years
You're
compared
right.
to 13 is a whole lot. She's 19 years old. She's barely an adult.
Welcome to the podcast, Buddy
Mute
Murphy
yourself.
Latino version.
Mute
Right.
yourself.
Whoa,
Mute yourself.
Whoa!
Uh.
So, okay. JJ has now welcome to the podcast. Welcome, JJ. Like I said, I told you he'd be in the running. He came in at the perfect time. So, Josh, I'm going to get your take as far as the Buddy Murphy and the Aaliyah storyline. That's what we're on. But before we get into that, I would like to remind you that if you would like to support the 3 Count Podcast monetarily, go get yourself a 3 Count Podcast t-shirt at Pro Wrestling Tees /3 Count Pod. Get yourself a 3 Count Podcast t-shirt. Get the logo t-shirt. Get yourself a Red Dog catchphrase t-shirt. Or get yourself an OG Crew t-shirt featuring yours truly, the Red Dog, the Swole One, and the Napster. Now back to Josh for his take on this inappropriate storyline.
Oh God.
Shit, he took his glasses off. Oh, no, he didn't.
Psych! You thought I'd taken my glasses off. Anyway, so sorry for the lateness. I was eating, but I was keeping track on the live stream on YouTube.
Nice plug.
Anyway,
Taught him well.
Are we getting kicked off of YouTube?
Probably.
honestly, we might.
Oh,
But anyway,
Fuck those
so
niggas.
and also shout out to Franken Culture. I thought I saw them in the comments section. So yeah,
They're
shout out to
definitely
them.
in there.
Okay, so first of all, I want to say is, what's Aaliyah's age?
19.
19,
What is the legal age of an adult in America?
No.
18.
18.
What's the
At
issue?
18,
here?
you are legally allowed to vote and go to war.
What's the issue here?
Mute him.
Exactly. There's no issue here. She's legally an adult.
Right, that's what I said.
Now, if she was 15, that's a different story.
JJ, how old are you again?
I'm 18.
So you mean to tell me that if you ran a storyline with a 31-year-old in a wrestling match, we would have a problem with that? Probably not.
No, not at all. We'd probably be like, oh, that's so cool.
If
You're
a
with an
31-year-old came over and threw herself at me, I'd still take it.
Anthony, right now, as of what I'm
It's
concerned,
it's different when guys are older than girls.
no,
See,
it's different
no,
for you.
If she was
You
not
have to keep the
age.
mind frame the same right now. This is it's wrestling. Keep it in line. You can't have the double standard rules. You literally we just had this conversation about double-edged swords and keeping the same energy. You cannot veer off and go, well, it's different for guys than it is for women. You cannot do that. That's not how this works.
My 19,
Either be
if my
all
son
in
was 19, if my
or
son
all
was
out.
19 years old and walking down a dark alley, I venture to say he can defend himself. If my 19-year-old daughter's walking down an alley by herself, I'm going to be a little more scared because I don't think she can defend herself like my 19-year-old son would be able to do.
But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking
We're not
about
talking about
two
one of your
adults
children getting
in
jumped in an
a,
alley, Anthony.
in a TV.
But let's just chop it up to WWE horrible writing and Vince McMahon being sick enough to let this happen.
That's fine.
Okay.
But what we're talking about ultimately
Stop
is
it.
two
Move on.
adults in a storyline. We're not talking about whether your daughter is walking down the alley or your son is walking down the alley. We're talking about two consenting adults to a storyline. That's what we're talking about. That's the name of the game. You cannot have a double-edged sword and go, oh, well, you know what? It's different for guys than it is for girls. No, it's still the same. It still applies. TJP literally came out, sorry to throw his name out there, came out with a tweet talking about how when he was 15, he was getting hit on by 21 and 22 and 23-year-old women. And guess what? No one batted an eye. But all of a sudden, David Starr, he gets his name thrown out there for sexual assault, and guess what? Canceled. Everybody gets put on a list and gets canceled. No one even asked TJP who the women were that went after him. Keep the same energy. That's what we're talking about. When you have a storyline between two consenting adults, that is what it is. And the dad is there. I have to be okay with that as a dad to a daughter when I get old enough and I have to sit there. So you mean to tell me that if they said in a storyline, hey, Anthony, we want your son, who's 19, to run a storyline with this 32-year-old female, you're going to go, nah. Are you going to be like, oh, that's cool? Speak up. No, you can say no. You only going to say no at first because you were smirking, trying to act like you weren't going to say no.
I'm laughing. I'm laughing because Chaz down there. Chaz, go ahead. Hit me.
Chaz lost the show. He ain't getting his show back right now. We in a serious tape. This is what the show is all about. It's a debate. Keep the same energy. If you don't want it one way, don't say that rules play differently for a different gender. It's what it is.
Yeah.
Go now.
No, I'm not done yet.
Fuck you. Meet yourself.
I'm done now.
All I'm gonna say.
Where you going, Chaz?
Chaz had to walk away because he still hasn't got his point across yet.
Oh, shit, he hasn't. I know we've all been yelling at each other, and Chaz hasn't even given his point yet.
It's just crazy. It's crazy that we're sitting.
Because Chaz is gonna be like, "Oh, this is not right." Oh,
It's crazy to think, guy or girl, that you're okay with this shit.
Are they adults?
once they're both 18 and
19
adults, it's
A 19-year-old person
Okay.
is not
All
mature
right,
enough.
all right. Listen. Because I at this point, because we're really starting to make me mad. I was literally like, so we keep throwing this 18 number out. Like we keep saying like, oh, they're 18. That makes you an adult. So what? That still doesn't. Just because you were 18 does not mean that you have the mental capacity of an adult to make right decisions. I can go through each and every one of you, especially not Josh, because Josh's still 18. But Cliff, at 18, can you say you were mature enough and responsible enough to make smart decisions at 18? Were you? Yes or no?
No.
All right, cool. No, don't say no. Justin, at 18, were you same question, at 18, were you able to make responsible and smart decisions?
No, but
All right, boom. No, don't say nothing else. Wait,
her parents
Damien,
signed off on
no,
it
we're
too.
not talking about that. We're not gonna get to the point about the parents yet. We'll get to that. We'll get to that part though. I'm not denouncing that the parents are okay with that. I hear that and I understand that, but I'm not ignoring that. I just want to get this part across. Damien at 18. Oh, I don't even gotta ask Damien. But Damien at 18, were you making smart and responsible decisions at 18?
Yes, actually, I was.
God damn it, Damien. You are gonna kill my damn point. Anyway,
I'm
Anthony,
just
He was
letting
living
you
on his
know.
own at
I
that
was.
age.
I was.
but can you look, Damien, can you look back though? Because
we look back 2,000 years, Chaz.
huh?
He has to look back over 2,000 plus years. You know, it's kinda
That's
hard.
true. Here's the thing, Anthony, same question. At 18, were you making smart and responsible decisions? Oh, shut the fuck up. No. Okay. Oh, I thought you were saying yes that you
Fuck
were.
up.
So here's the thing. We keep saying 18, that's the legal age. Just because we can say that's the legal amount. Let's be honest and frank and keep it $1.50. Just because a law is a law, don't make the law right. Just because it's a law that at 18 you can do this and that, don't make it right. Because if we want to keep it $1.50, there's a bunch of freaking legal laws out there that aren't right. So let's not keep using the fact that at 18 it makes you a legal adult. You can make that decision because I can get my fiance on here and who's a psych major who's all dealing with the brain. Your brain is still not fully developed at 18. So we can use the whole 18 age thing. No, that's bullshit to me. And we want to go to the, it's just wrestling. If we wouldn't have the same conversation if it was a Hollywood story or if it was on the Young and the Restless. And that's the problem with society then. That still doesn't make it right. Even if it was on the Young and the Restless, the Bold and the Beautiful, that still doesn't make it right. That's still wrong.
It's fiction. We're talking about
what? So what? Even
right.
if it is fiction. But Jay, even if it is fiction.
Hold on. Then that means that we can't have, that means in TV shows there shouldn't be murder, there shouldn't be rapes, no one should get slapped. Nothing, that means nothing bad or uncomfortable should ever happen in any form of media by your definition of it's wrong, like you feel it's wrong. Murder's wrong. Snorting cocaine is wrong. All these things are wrong.
That means no Narcos, no American
Story. But as invested as we are, that's right.
That's going in a whole other direction. I see what you're saying, but that's going in a whole other direction. We're talking about
all right. We got to move on.
Relationships.
Wait. I'm just saying. You're talking about like that's the problem with society, that it's okay that that these things can happen because that means we're fucked up. So that means that we're fucked up. Everyone that thinks, oh, okay, it'd be great if this person's head gets chopped off and the guts spew all over the place. That means that they're fucked up.
Well, no, because here's the thing, though. In all those shows that we talk about murder and all that, all those shows, they're going to jail.
I love this.
They're going to jail, though. Even in indie shows.
Take back your show, Chaz. Take back your show.
Hold on,
Chaz. Didn't go to jail.
Here we go.
Not all the time.
Take back your show, Chaz.
They did something illegal in those shows, in movies. There's nothing illegal happening.
Oh God! Here we go.
Okay.
So
Legal thing with the laws, though. But that goes back to my point that just because it's not legal doesn't make it not right.
Here's my Justin.
You think it's right because you wouldn't do that, right? You wouldn't sign off on that. You wouldn't want your child doing that, right?
Absolutely not. No.
Exactly. But guess what? You're not part of the Mysterio family, so you're not part of that decision-making process of if it's okay for them to do that. So you're telling me it's wrong.
Justin.
So you're saying that Ray and Angie are bad parents because they're letting Aaliyah do this.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm bold enough to fucking say yes.
Absolutely.
Because yes.
It's not your kid, and they're not doing anything illegal, so you don't have a say-so of what them
but
and
but you're going back to saying that it's legal. You're going back to the law. Let's think about morals, though. But I've already stated that laws aren't always right. I've already stated and made that point that laws aren't always right.
Wait, but guess what, Chaz?
It was a law that black people couldn't vote.
But guess what?
There were laws that people like you and me couldn't vote.
And when enough people had a problem with it, the law changed. Don't nobody have a problem with the 18-year-old law. So that's
I want to make a point here. I want to make one point here.
That's the problem, though.
Hey, I want to make one point here. Justin.
I need you to run for Congress and change this law so that someone can go to.
Listen, are you gonna vote for me though?
What's up? No,
you gonna vote for me if I run for Congress?
I agree with your policy.
Justin. So my question is this:
what's up?
We could talk about murder. We could talk about what happens in movies and everything. Are you super invested, like mentally, heart, and everything in other like horror shows, like you are in wrestling?
Okay, if we're gonna be honest,
This
I'm
nigga don't
inv-
watch nothing but wrestling.
I'm in
So
that.
the,
I'm
so the,
in
po- the
invested-
point, my
Here we
point
go.
being, my point being is this, is
Yeah.
as we say, yeah, it's morally wrong, and you bring up all these shows like people's head getting cut off, people getting murdered, getting shot, and everything, all the
Yeah.
fans. I could care less about those because I'm not invested as I am as invested in wrestling. So that's why I think it's morally wrong. Because I wouldn't want my daughter to go do that.
But it's just-
And I get that, but hold on, here we go. So back to that same point. All right, Chaz and Damien, you guys love to smoke marijuana, right? Morally,
Whoa.
it
Let's not
gets
use
my
government
moral
names
compass,
out here,
right?
man. We don't
But
need
I
the
don't-
government finding them.
Hey,
Damien's got
I
his-
smoke.
Damien's got his
I
medical
even
card.
smoke while I'm on here. What are you talking about?
Trying to
Damien has
protect
his
you.
medical card, and I
Exactly.
don't know what
I'm good.
documentation Chaz has. That's not for me to say. That's up to our decision makers of the law process, whether Chaz is breaking the law or not. That's I got nothing to do with that. But morally, I am against smoking weed. I don't think that they're evil or anything because they do it. Morals are, yeah, everyone's got different morals and values. All I'm
Oh,
saying is
I'm evil. I'm evil.
all I'm saying is all the parties involved in the story all agreed to be a part of the story. And if there was a problem with the story, someone would have said no, and the story wouldn't be happening. Rey
WWE is just
Mysterio,
writing, it's just
Rey
garbage.
Mysterio and Seth Rollins, Rey Mysterio in particular, have enough clout in the WWE to say no to some shit they don't want to do. Like if Rey Mysterio said no and Vince for whatever reason was like, "Oh, you don't want to do it? Well, you're fired, pal." Rey Mysterio would be fine. He has nothing to lose or worry about. If he was genuinely uncomfortable, he could speak up and say, "Nah, I'm not cool with that." Especially since it's his daughter that's not a wrestler involved in the story.
My thing is this.
I'm not about to tell somebody how to parent their kid. Okay? I wouldn't tell Anthony how to parent his kid. Chaz, I wouldn't tell you how to parent yours. Damien, your children. Cliff, your children. Everyone parents their children
Child.
how they see fit. It's not my place because it's not my kid. It's not my decision, not my family.
So here's my
This is-
question. I just want to ask this question. I want to ask this question. We take
Yeah.
wrestling out of it. We take wrestling out of it, and this is my question.
Yeah.
If it was your child, and the same thing, let's just say it's not a story. You got a 19-year-old child dating a 32-year-old. You're okay with that?
But Chaz, but that's not
No,
what
no,
we're
no.
talking about.
You're okay with it.
No,
You're
answer the
it's
question.
Your child. Your
It's going
child.
to a
Your
different
child.
thing. Okay.
What?
Yes.
Wanna
Okay,
answer
Chaz,
that?
this is what I'm saying. Like you said, my child, so I have a say-so. That's Ray's child. We don't have a say-so in what Ray and his child do. That's my point.
No, answer his question though. Answer his question.
Okay,
Would I have a problem with it? Wait.
Before
Are you asking what I had if I would have a problem with it?
Yes, that's my
If-
question. My question is
a
this. Yes.
19-year-old daughter and she dated a 32-year-old man.
Yes.
Would I like it? No. But guess what? She's 19, so she can do whatever the fuck she wants to do. So it doesn't matter if I don't like it, because she's
Can we move
gonna do
on?
it anyway, and I can't stop her.
This
I can
conversation.
try.
This conversation.
No. What you guys are ultimately asking though, because the question was, would you be okay with it? He said no. Would I be the same way? Of course, I would not be okay with my daughter dating a 32-year-old man.
Yeah.
But
No.
if she is of an adult age and she
That's what I said.
understands, and here's the other part. Here's the other part that we're not even talking about that needs to get discussed, right? And this is the biggest part that we haven't talked about. How do we know that Rey Mysterio has not gone back and talked to his daughter about the story and where it's going and what the direction is to make sure that she's comfortable with it?
Right?
That's what,
If she's
that
doing,
sounds
if
like-
he's doing,
That's
hey, look, if
fine.
he's doing his dad duties, which I would have to admit, it would be hard pressed for me to believe that Ray would be like, "Hey, you got to do the storyline. I don't got anything to tell you about." I could only legit imagine that him, Dominic, Angie all sat down and they talked about this with Aaliyah as well. They had this group discussion about where the story is and where it's going and how everybody has a part and if they're okay with those parts. The ultimate thing is you can't, if we take stuff out of wrestling, yes, morally we're going to have a problem with it. But these are two actors in a story that we are talking about. And we have to stop playing this game like, well, morally I have a problem with it. Morally I have a problem with people. I don't have a problem with people smoking weed. But guess what? I don't make a decision in their life.
And Cliff, to your point, I can
You
think
have
it's
a problem.
morally wrong, right? But Cliff, right? So if Kira, was 19 and she was dating a 32-year-old, and you were cool with it, right? Let's say you were cool with it. What am I gonna do?
Oh no, I'm definitely talking to Cliff about that.
And here's the thing.
Cliff,
Look,
I
if
can
you're
talk
already
to you all day long about it, about how
I'm open. Cliff,
it's
who's my
wrong,
best friend, will
but-
talk to me about that same situation.
No, and that's fine. And like I said, we don't have to be okay with it. It's just we can't do anything because it's not our kid. And the people that need to be okay with it are okay with it. So we cannot be okay with it, but we don't have a say so. That's all I'm saying. We as people do not have a right to tell people how to parent their children unless they're putting their children in serious harm.
Agreed.
Yeah. That's the crazy part is that ultimately what we're talking about is we have a show, we're watching the show, and you guys are talking about this as if this was real life. But this isn't real life.
Yeah.
This is a TV show that was done weekly that we're legitimately watching. And you guys are out here like, oh, I have a problem with this. Yes, morally, if this was real life, I would have a huge problem with this. And if it comes out later, mind you, let's be real, if it comes out later that they are dating in real life, yes, I'm gonna have a problem with it. But there's ultimately nothing. Whatever I say is not gonna do anything.
True. If we found out that in real life they were dating, we would go, "Oh God, that's nasty," and then that's
Right.
it, because we can't do anything about it. We're not gonna I'm gonna go picket in front of the Mysterio house.
Right.
If you're like, "This is not right. This is not right," like, what am I gonna do?
Chaz was trying to take over the show, and he
Look, at the end of the day, the story
I don't
got
know.
y'all talking and got y'all upset. It did its job.
That's what I'm saying.
Congratulations, they got you guys upset.
Thank you, WWE, for giving us a topic to talk about.
Right?
Right. I mean, at the end of the day, seriously, like, we're just doing what they wanted. Ooh, this will get people talking. Let's make this
Yeah, you
controversial story. Awesome.
Yeah, they duped you guys.
So there, I mean, that's what it is.
What if she was 25 and he was 30 and was 40? Would there be a problem?
Yes. Like what just because they ate. I'm all right. We're gonna move on. 'Cause I'm
That's,
sorry.
That's
right, you're-
because we have a problem with Beyonce
Hey.
and Jay-Z since they're 11 years apart.
let's. All right.
So now,
Yeah.
All right. Hey, hold on.
Date
Let's-
other people at all? Like, just all this number has nothing to do with if the person is great or not. They could be the humanitarian of the year. They've never got a speeding ticket, parking ticket. Oh, the age gap's too big. I don't approve of this. You did nothing wrong. You just the year you were born. I know you're a consenting adult, but I can't sign off on this.
All right.
Who knows, maybe she likes sugar.
We're gonna pin this. We're gonna pin this for now. This is what it is, guys. If you guys can, put your comments in the comments below. Hit us up on Twitter. We know this is long, and actually, I kind of find this entertaining. So I actually want to get back into this
It is
subject
very
again
entertaining.
at another date. But I know normally that we would be doing if I had to pencil because we do have All Out, but we have to record that on a separate because of time constraints.
If we had the pencil, Chaz would book Buddy Murphy to go to jail.
Yeah, he was.
But with that being said, I know Chaz is over here like just sitting there stewing in his own anger about the show.
I don't think I've ever listen. Here's the thing. I don't think I've ever been so legit heated right now as far as this show and
Are you like, you're like 12/18's hot right now.
I
Bro,
know,
like,
right?
I mean, I understand we all have our different viewpoints and everything, and that's the whole point of the show is the debate And sometimes debates get heated like that. But this just y'all pissed me the fuck off, and I'm like,
the crazy thing is, we're like, Chaz, we're not saying you're wrong. We're just saying
No, we're
like,
not.
I don't know.
nah, I just
Like,
don't know,
what-
man. Because that's just the thing is, and I'll put
Yeah,
this
yeah,
will be my
Howard.
last 2 cents. Then we'll sign off and everything. But it's just like this is and especially specifically for the WWE audience, we got kids watching this, right?
Yeah.
And let's just say, for example, Cliff, if you don't mind, how old is Kira?
9.
9. Okay, there's a 13 age gap between. I think I did my math right. 13 age gap between Buddy and Aaliyah. So if you add 9 to that 13, let's just say Kira, right, all of a sudden wants to date somebody at this age that she is right now, and she's 13 years older than, because she watches wrestling, and because of what our kids watch, that's okay. Then then it becomes a bigger issue. That's
Well,
my
see,
and
Well, hold on, but see, by that token, then you could say that about anything on the show. Some kid could see Randy Orton punting motherfuckers in the head and say, "Oh, that's fun," and go to school and punt his friends in the head. You can say
and I'm
that.
not, I'm not denouncing that though.
Hold on, that's what I'm saying. But that's all I'm saying. I get it. You're
Yeah,
saying
But that's also bad parenting too.
Or you can say this.
Let's not hold on, but let's also not forget that within the context of the storyline, Rey Mysterio doesn't approve of their relationship, and it's treated like this shouldn't be happening within the context of the story.
All right. With that being said, though, hold on.
Well, yeah, let's get out of here. Like,
We're pinning this. We're pinning this really quick, guys. We're gonna come at you with the best segment that's ever done on this show, and then we have to sign off. So we're gonna go with it right into the top 10, right? The power rankings for this week, because Chaz is too flustered to do this. So no Danger Zone music being done today. None of that. Just a mad Chaz. That's all we're gonna get. So here we go with number 10, right? For November 1st, right? Number 10, we got Rhea Ripley and Serena Deeb. Let's be real. Both of them had great matches. Number 9 is Hangman Page and Kenny Omega from AEW Dynamite. Again, great matches. Number 8, we got Kevin Owens. Number 7, we have AJ Styles, because, it's AJ. Number 6, I put Io Shirai on here. I thought their match at Halloween Havoc was really good, so I had to nominate that. Keith Lee moves in at number 5, because, it's up with Keith. He's a man. Number 4, he walked off. Johnny Gargano is on this list. Number 3, we got Randy Orton. Number 2, we got Roman Reigns from Hell in a Cell. Let's be real. That match was all that. But the number 1 spot belongs to your new SmackDown Women's Champion. Best match of the night I felt at Hell in a Cell. Give it up for the boss, Sasha Banks.
Solid list.
Cliff, I love you.
So, with that being said, Chaz walked off again.
Cliff, this was the perfect power ranking. I love you. Mwah.
It was great. Oh, wait, hold on. All right, okay, Cliff, before you wrap up, I just have to say this because I say it every episode, not because he did anything to piss me off, but fuck Tony Khan. I just had to make sure I say it for this episode.
All right, we'll wrap this around a bend. All right, so this is the 3 Count Debate Show.
I got this. It's still my show. It's still my show, even when it doesn't go
I can't
my
wait
way.
for this. I can't wait to see how this ages in 13 years.
Right.
Fuck you, Cliff. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this has been, quite frankly, a very, very, very entertaining debate show here on the 3 Count Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcast. That includes Spotify, Breaker, Podcast Addict, all those podcasting apps. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Also, give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Share with your friends. Tell them about, the 3 Count Podcast. especially after you heard this debate on Aaliyah Mysterio and Buddy Murphy. November the 29th, also make sure you mark that on your calendar, guys. That's our season finale. We have gone through legitimately a whole season of 3 Count Podcast. So we got also some big things coming for you guys on the season finale. We'll find out who wins the Golden Pencil Award on If I Had the Pencil. We will also have our debate topic, not a debate topic, but our full gear picks for you definitely within the next 48 hours. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all that at 3 Count Pod or 3count_pod. I'm Chaz Evans here with the Red Dog, Cliff Red Dog Miller, here with his Royal Swollenness, Chris Idol, the Dark Lord, the Sith Legend, Damien Fatal, and the Napster JJ, Anthony, who went into the Speed Force and is no longer to be found. See you next time. Tune in to the next episode of the 3 Count Podcast. Be there or be somewhere else.